Madam Coco is coming home. If you went to a boarding school in Nigeria, your body already understands that name, Madam Kwoe. But what most people do not know is this. Her story began in Aba, Abia State, inside a girls' boarding school. This is another origin of Madam Koi. Before she became a ghost, she was simply known as Teacher Ada. Her full name was Adoker, but nobody ever called her that in school. To students, she was Teacher Ada. To staff, she was Madam Ada. And later, she was just her. She arrived at Our Lady of Agnes Girls' Secondary School when the school was already overcrowded and overstretched. The school was rotten beneath its clean uniform and morning assemblies. The school was respected, Catholic-owned, well-fenced, disciplined on paper, but inside it held over 5,000 girls. Tardiness would not be tolerated. Beds she shared, names forgotten, faces blending into the same uniform. In a place like that, if one girl went missing, it would take days before anyone noticed. And sometimes nobody noticed at all. Did you hear that? The teacher that stood out immediately? She was beautiful in a way that you would say was loud, but to her, she was just confident. She was always neat, always composed. Her clothes fit perfectly, and her heels were one of the most noticeable things she wore. Black, polished, and sharp. It echoed across the school compound every morning. Coin, coin, coin. Students noticed at first. She is fine, but that woman is wicked. Some girls said anytime you hear that shoe, just know that trouble has come. Others said to students, the teacher was wicked. But to her, she was just strict. When she found girls outside the dormitory late at night, she punished them. Latecomers were made to kneel down in the assembly ground under the sun. Noisemakers swept corridors before morning. Those who skipped prep class cleaned classrooms at dawn. She did not shout. She did not plead. But she knew how to enforce discipline. One night, a senior girl slapped a junior in the hostel over a bucket of water. Teacher Ada called the entire hostel out. She made the senior apologize publicly and sentenced her to scrub the toilet for 1 full week. The hostel fell into silence. Even the night itself seemed to pause. From that day, the students hated her. They felt she was too wicked. She was just too strict. It was not only students that hated the teacher. Teachers avoided her too. They felt she was oversabi, always acting as if she was expecting an award. Who does she think she is? With this her annoying behavior. One teacher said, "Why is she always questioning my work?" Another teacher always said, "Some teachers even reported her to the principal because she does not mind her business." But Teacher Ada was never afraid of offending people. One day, her failure to mind her business turned her into Madam Koi Coin. The first real trouble started on a night nobody ever forgot. Teacher Ada was on inspection duty later than usual. The school compound was quiet. Lights were out. Most girls were already asleep. Coin, coin, coin. As she walked past one of the older classroom blocks, she noticed a light where there should not be one. Dim, hidden. She stopped and then she listened. Then she heard a voice, a man's voice, and a girl crying. Teacher Ada did not knock. She pushed the door open. Inside, she saw a male teacher standing too close to a student. The girl's uniform was rumpled. Her hands were shaking. For a moment, nobody spoke. Then the teacher fell on his knees. He begged. He said it was a misunderstanding. He said the girl came to him. He said reporting it would destroy his life. The girl cried harder. She begged too. She said she would be sent away. She said nobody would believe her. Teacher Ada listened without saying a word. Then she turned and walked away. By morning, the matter had reached the authorities. The teacher was arrested. The school could not deny it. But the punishment did not fall equally. The teacher was taken away in handcuffs. The girl was expelled quietly. Exactly who does she think she is? Said Teacher Levinos. Something that we have been doing to girls since, and the girls even love us. Teacher Levinos, in particular, hated Teacher Ada. From that day, the school changed. Teachers avoided her completely. Some stopped greeting her. Some warned students to stay away from her. She will ruin your life. So you saw what happened to Adaku. They said students began to see her as dangerous. Not because she was wrong, but because she reported without mercy. Anytime students heard coin, 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 they immediately arranged themselves. Thank God her shoe used to announce her, students always said. At that time, almost every student hated the teacher. Almost. There was one exception. Her name was Elizabeth. Elizabeth was in SS3A, the best student in the entire school, always first in her class, quiet and observant. Other students thought the teacher was wicked, but Elizabeth loved the teacher for her discipline. One evening, Elizabeth was returning from prep when she noticed movement near the back fence. She stopped and watched. One by one, a group of senior girls climbed over the fence, laughing softly, skirts lifted and shoes in their hands. Elizabeth knew what that meant. These girls are going to town to meet men, she said to herself. She did not hesitate. She ran straight to the staff room to report the girls to the teacher. Teacher Ada listened without interrupting. Then she waited. By 9 p.m., the girls returned dusty, smelling of alcohol and fear. The teacher was standing there. No shouting, no drama. She lined them up and punished them throughout the night, kneeling, sweeping, standing until their legs shook. By morning, everyone knew. From that day on, Elizabeth was known to be the teacher's eyes. Girls avoided her. Teachers despised Elizabeth. She will report you, they whispered. She does not know how to mind her business, others said. But Elizabeth did not stop, and teacher Ada did not discourage her. One Monday morning, the teacher noticed something unusual. Elizabeth's seat was empty. No excuse letter. No luggage moved. No announcement. She asked questions. The principal frowned. Her parents removed her from the school, he said sharply. Mind your business. But something felt wrong. Teacher Ada went to see Elizabeth's parents that weekend. What she found broke her. Elizabeth's parents were confused. They had not removed their daughter. They had not seen her. They were poor and tired. They reported to the police, but no one listened. My daughter is not the first girl to go missing in that school, Elizabeth's mother whispered. She told teacher Ada that about 5 girls from Our Lady of Agnes Girls' School had been rumored to have gone missing. Teacher Ada returned to school shaken. This was not the first missing student. She remembered others. Girls who stopped appearing suddenly. Girls transferred without notice. Girls nobody talked about afterward. She had noticed before. Now she understood it was a pattern. It was raining lightly when Amaka knocked at teacher Ada's door. Amaka was who you would call a bad girl in those days. In today's terms, we would call her a baddie. When teacher Ada opened the door, she was surprised. Why is Amaka at my door? She said to herself. Amaka was shaking, breathing hard, her eyes wide. Teacher Ada pulled her inside and locked the door. Amaka collapsed on the chair. Then she spoke. Teacher Levinos, she said quietly. He meets me every Friday. Amaka continued. Outside school. He takes me to men, rich men. They sleep with me. Teacher Ada felt cold. They give me money, Amaka whispered. My mother is sick. I used the money to buy her drugs. Then her voice broke. He said there was a new client, very rich. So today I sneaked out of school to meet the rich client at the address he gave me. When I got there, they tied me. They put me in a room. I think they wanted to use me for sacrifice. I recognized one of them. People say he is in an occult group. The man they kept to watch me, he is my church member. So, he helped me escape. Teacher Ada said nothing for a long time. She was not surprised. She had been expecting this truth. Teacher Ada stood up, walked Amaka to the dormitory herself, and before leaving she said calmly, tomorrow morning, you will be punished for leaving the dormitory. Amaka stared at her. I almost died. And she still wants to punish me? At first bell, she had already made up her mind. That same morning, she began to write. Carefully, clearly, without emotion. She wrote the names of every girl that had gone missing. She called the names of the missing girls. She asked. And other girls she trusted to help her remember. She was surprised to see how many there were. She compiled the report. Dates, classes, dormitories, and the last places they were seen. Then she did something even more dangerous. She began asking teachers, casually at first, have you noticed that Elizabeth is gone? She asked one teacher, do you remember what happened to the girl in SS2B? She asked another teacher. Is it not strange how many girls leave without farewell? She asked the next teacher. Some teachers were surprised that she was willing to risk her life like this. Most teachers avoided her and her questions. Teacher Levinos noticed that Teacher Ada was now asking questions. He said in his heart, I know it must be her, that nonsense woman. Teacher Ada took the report to the principal's office. She placed it gently on the table. I am taking this to the police and to the Catholic diocese in Umuahia, she said, her voice steady. The room went silent. His face hardened. Do you know what you're saying? He asked. This is a Catholic school. That is exactly why, the teacher replied. The principal stood up, angry and afraid. He accused her of exaggeration, of trying to bring shame to the school and destroy its reputation. Mind your business, he shouted. This matter ends here. But the teacher picked up a report. No, sir, she said quietly. This matter does not. As she left the principal's office, he said, I would have sacked this woman. It is only because she has strong connections from Umuahia. Teacher Levinos, on the other hand, did not wait. He knew what would happen if the truth came out. He would be arrested, exposed, destroyed. That same week, he met the occult members and told them everything. There is a teacher, he said. Her name is Ada. She has noticed the missing girls. She has written a report. She has contacted the diocese in Umuahia and even the police. The occult members listened in silence. Then one of them spoke. If she talks, he said, this thing will scatter. The occult members were furious. They depended on the girls once every 3 months for rituals, for power, for protection. The teacher had become a problem, not a small one. They decided she had to be removed, not transferred, not threatened, not silenced, removed. And then someone suggested it. Since she liked discipline so much, one man said, let her be the next sacrifice. They all laughed, and they all agreed. They set plans in place to take her for sacrifice. For the ritual, they needed her picture, her shoes, and her blood. Everything was arranged. The time was chosen. A rainy evening. Low visibility. Night inspection. Perfect. That evening, rain fell steadily. Teacher Ada was on duty, walking, listening. Coin. She did not see the bus until it stopped in front of her. Men jumped down. Hands grabbed her. She screamed once as they dragged her, and one shoe slipped off her foot. It fell right in front of the dormitory. In the darkness, no one noticed. The bus sped away. When they reached the location, the teacher begged. She knelt. She pleaded. She reminded them that they were killing an innocent woman. They did not listen. When they prepared the ritual, one man noticed. Her shoe is missing. There was a pause. The other man laughed. It does not matter, he said. At worst, her spirit will not rest. She even deserves it. Let her spirit wander, since she cannot mind her business. Another man said, and they laughed. They continued. The ritual was completed, but it was incomplete. And in African spirituality, an incomplete sacrifice does not release the spirit. It traps it. Teacher Ada did not die into silence. She rose unfinished, bound to duty, bound to injustice, bound to a missing shoe. That was how Madame Coco was born. Teacher Ada died unjustly during duty, betrayed by those meant to protect children. Her blood touched the school ground. Because the ritual was incomplete, her spirit could not cross over. She rose holding the one shoe she still had, searching endlessly for the one that was lost. But her spirit did not rise as something wild or mindless. It rose remembering the life she lived, remembering the rules she enforced, remembering the duty she performed before she died. Till today, she is still in search of her missing shoe. And because she remembers who she was, she still behaves like a wicked teacher, a strict teacher. She punishes disobedient students, torments misbehaving teachers. She walks the corridors where rules are broken and silence is used to hide wrongdoing. She does not stay in one place. She goes from one boarding school to another, drawn to places that feel like home. Dormitories, corridors, inspection hours, locked gates. Across the country, students still hear her. Not her voice, not her face,
Just the sound.
One shoe striking the ground.
Coin.
They feel her presence before they understand it. Their hearts race. Their bodies freeze. And without seeing anything, they run back to their dormitories. Because every boarding student knows the truth. Even in death, the teacher is still on inspection. What did you hear about Madame Coin Coin in your school? And what origin of Madame Coin Coin do you know about? Share in the comment section.